Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We have already solved uh, 9 and 10 in the last video. Now we will move to the eighth question, and because we are working in backward sequence, so I'll try to finish all of these in this video itself so that you can revise and you have enough time. But let's see how long this video will go. So let me just grab my pen and let's get started. So what does this question says? It says complete, and by now you must be knowing that this is for with, and we have been given some choices. So all these choices, these are actually in French prepositions. Okay, so they are prepositions. I'll explain them on board also what exactly they stand for, but let's first of all read it. So it says bonjour, that is hi, sa, yes. So basically this means that is all, that's it, that is it. Je suis, so I am, and then it is a blank. Mon novel apartment, so my new apartment, basically this stand for new, and mon stand for me. So this is apartment. So someone is talking about their new apartment. Jesu Enfield. So Enfield basically means finally, and then it's again a blank moi. So basically, someone is saying that I am finally moving to my new apartment. Il se trouve. So basically, it says that it is located. So basically it is talking about location. It is located. Okay, so this word is directly this, basically when I told you find. So it's a through way or center village. So basically in the city center it means. So someone is telling about the location of their new apartment, which is in city center. So when on, so when, basically this is called, so it stand for when, we just covered this in the last video. So this is for starting with the question. And also when on leave, so when on leave or when one start, okay, blank, uh, it says station. So basically it is talking about the station. Okay, so it could be a bus station, metro station, the metro it is written, the metro. So the immutable, that is a building. So building is just, so this is just, and then there is a blank again. Four lays groceries. So basically this is for used for groceries. So groceries or small items or something small, very small to eat also. Okay, for groceries, that's facile. So such facile stand for it is easy. So basically getting grocery for from the new apartment is easy, they are saying. J1, so I go, basically way is good for going. Blank, uh, supermarket just, so basically to the supermarket, they want to say I go to the supermarket. Now when I'm saying to the, that simply means to the is the preposition here, which is we need to fill in the blank. So I'll tell you how you get it. Just and birthday. So basically, just downstairs. So at the bottom, this is used. So whenever it's written and birthday, Shezma refer to a place. So basically, at my place, or if I say she's my coiffure, so at the hairdresser place I am. So that is how you say it in French. All right. So basically, someone is talking about their moving to their new apartment and its location, and how easy it is to get groceries from the new apartment, and where exactly the places. They are going to uh, tell everything about it. And now what we are supposed to do is we have to add prepositions here. So I will just move to open board and show you how we can do this. So yeah, all right, I'll just write down the topic here. So the topic is LES preposition. Generally I use blue color, but let's start with green only this time. So they're going to be many, and the first one is your dans. So dans is actually used when you are in or inside of something. Okay, so if you just are inside a physical space, then you say no. Okay, so suppose you are inside a your bedroom, or you are inside a city, so you say dans Delhi, so in Delhi. So if you just understand it much more better, then it is used when something is enclosed into something else, that is the space. Or instead of enclosed, we can also say it is contained. So let me, okay, this is enclosing, or you can also call it enclosed. So let me write enclosed itself so that it gets easier. Okay, so basically, when something is enclosed or contained, then we generally use it. So if I have to write an example of this, then I can say dans le chambre. So basically, it means inside, or you can say in my bedroom. Okay, I have not written more though, but it means in bedroom. If I say like this, dans la chambre moi, inside my bedroom. Okay, then there is a next one. It is she. So she's is used for at or to someone's place. It can also be used for someone's home or shop, like I told you in the example. Okay, so it is also, okay, not also, always. It is always followed by place or profession. So you always mention that I am at this place, or I'm at this person home, like that way. So just to give you an example of it, if I say she's law, medicine, then it means I'm at the doctor's office. So basically, medicine means the doctor's place. That's the profession. Okay, and if I just say she's Atul, so it simply means at Atul's place. So I have used she's before writing either the place or the profession in this case. Okay, so the rule basically is at and the home of someone. They are actually combined. Combined. When we write she's with someone's place or profession. Okay. Now let's understand what exactly this is. So when I write de la, or I write do, or I write de lo, this is contraction in des. This is basically plural. This much you can actually understand. So they are basically used for of the or from the. So from the place, in this kind of way where the origin or the movement of the place is there. So let me write it. Indicate the origin or movement from the place. Okay. Now understand this. This is de law, and law is usually used in French for female. So this is actually your feminine noun. So when feminine noun is required, we write de law. Similarly, do. This is basically your masculine noun. Masculine noun. Now this is actually showing that when you have to use your contraction. So I'll just write contraction. Basically, it means that you had a here, and the next word was also starting from vowel. That's why we had to write they law. Okay, and then this des, you already know this is plural because it has an s here. So whenever you have to write about the origin or the movement, then you use these proposition and based on the gender and the number. Okay, let me add a new board now to tell you further. So yes, we are there. Let's write down the next one. Next one is your n phase. This is basically your d, and is used for opposite or facing. So if I have to tell an address and I'll say n face, that means it is opposite to this building or a place. Okay, so I'll just write indicate position from facing something what exactly could be an example of this? So I'll say en face de la poste. Okay, which means opposite opposite to the post office. Now, just see, I have written de la here. Why? Because this is actually your feminine singular, because we don't talk about plural here, and in the last itself I told you this is going to be your female singular noun in this case. That's why we have written this. If this would have been a vowel, then it would have contraction also. Okay, the next one is your au. So this says at the or to the. This is where we use this. Okay, and when we say at or to, they are basically your masculine place. Okay, so generally it is used in that context. Okay, so if we talk about this, it has a different contraction from others. So its contraction is a plus le. So we generally use this one. This is the usage. Instead of writing this, we write ale. Okay, so when I say oh super marsh, like it was in the question, then it means at or to the supermarket. Okay, so this is what exactly it means. Let's one more time go through everything. So one second. Yeah, so basically in this problem we had to deal with the prepositions, and we have been given there those prepositions in the bracket which we have to put together. So once we are trying to understand, we understand that the first one is your the. It is always used for in and inside. So when you are inside a building, inside your home, inside your bed, bathroom, washroom, wherever, you use the. Okay. Second one is your she. So this is used basically when you are at someone's place, someone's home, or you are at some shop, then you use shop. Third one, it is basically used to indicate an origin or a movement from a specific place. So specific means which is whichever place you are from there. If you are moving or starting, then it is used. So now we have here four cases. First one is your de law. This is basically a female noun. Then you, for if it is masculine, then you have to use du, and if you have a female noun but the next word is starting with a vowel, then it becomes de law, and if it's a plural, then it's des. Okay, so you use these when there is an origin or a movement. So when we read the question, we'll found some of them would be related to this origin or movement from a space, and in that case we will going to use these. Okay, let's move to the next board. Yeah, this one is about n phase, so it's e, and this is basically used for your opposite or facing a uh, point of particular point of mentioning something. So it is opposite to your my hairdresser shop or something, then I'll say end face. So indicate the position from facing something. Okay. So if it's north facing, you'll say end face north. So it is actually opposite to the north direction. Okay. Then the fifth one is your O. O is basically at the or to the place. So I'm going to the place. I'm going to the cinema. We'll use O. Okay, and at or to is generally used for your masculine place. And if there is a female part, then we use the contraction, which goes like this. So when I say oh supermarket, that simply means at or to the supermarket, and we have used AU because supermarket is your masculine place. That's why if it would have been a female space, then I would have used a and le. So in the question I read, there was something mentioned regarding the station. So station, you just remember station is a female singular. So I'll just write as a note here, station. Station is feminine singular. So you understand, like even if you don't know this is feminine singular or something, ma- majorly in the exam you will lose one question or something. But if you understand the whole concept, you will still be able to earn quite decent enough marks in the examination. All right. Okay. So let's begin solving this up now. All right. So it says bonjour. That's it. Je suis mon new apartment. So in this case, the person is saying, I am in my new apartment. That simply means that this person is inside an enclosed space, which is this person apartment. So when there is a this kind of statement coming up, it's basically goes to your uh, possessive adjective also. So if you notice, we have a possessive adjective here, which is more. So let me use red color. Okay. So this is your possessive adjective, which is showing that the person owns it. So in this case, it is going to be TANS. Now, since the person owns it, which is also shown, and the person is inside an enclosed apartment. That's why. Then it further says, Je suis finally moi. So I am finally, and then it's a blank and moi. So I am finally in my apartment. Okay, at my place. When I say that at someone's place, then you generally write chez Atul. So at Atul's place. Similarly, here, because I'm saying finally at my place, then it has to be CHEZ here. Shemoy. Okay. Then it says it is located in to find it in the it is located in the center village when on South Station. So this one I actually told you feminine, and it does not have a vowel also. So what should I write here? Feminine station the metro. On South Station the metro. Now just think about it. So it is basically talking about that when you actually exit or you go to the station. Okay, so when we leave the station, so it is basically talking about that. That means there is not one more than one station, which means it cannot be les also. So I am going to write they. Okay. Next it talks about the building is just. Now building is just what exactly it means. it is opposite, right? The building is just opposite to it, so that is what exactly defined this perfectly. So I am just going to write here and face. Okay, then it says for grocery it is very easy. I go to, and now he's saying I go to the supermarket. Now I told you that this is actually your masculine word. So since it is not the feminine, I am going to write here a u. Alright. So yeah, and then it is just done. And one thing to note here, it is she is my written here. The answer was here she is my. So in the exam, expect that to happen. There is good news that this might happen like this more than once. So just pay attention to the exam because it's a 3 hours exam, so we have a lot of time. Just keep on reading it one more time. So as many times as you read it, you'll be understand. And just make sure that you watch all the videos so that you understand what exactly is going behind the concept. You don't need to practice a lot of questions. Rather than that, what you need is to understand how we are approaching to the questions, because there would be endless questions when you are actually practicing this. So it's better that you know how to approach it and you'll be able to do much better. All right. So we read the next one now. It says completes with, let me change the color of the pen. Yeah. Complete with say, say, this is. So basically, these are your demonstrative adjectives. I'll just write demonstrative adjectives. Okay, these are your demonstrative adjectives, and we are going to use them. I'll explain to you how you put them up, but first of all, let's try to understand what exactly this problem is. So it says pere. So basically, this is the name. Someone name is this. We are easy. So come here. We are easy. So where is basically your verb to come, and easy means here. Regarde. Regarde is watch. Then it says blank. Watch is to see. This is not the watch which is a physical watch. This is to see. See blank. Sham. So basically, this stand for room. Okay. Two ranges. So basically, it says you. Two is you. Ranges is put away. So put away blank. F phrase. So basically, things. So you put away your things. So this should, so basically right now. It simply means right now. So when I say to anyone to do sweet, it simply means right now. And puis, so basically, and also it puis is also to Rameses. So you pick up basically. Tu is again you, and this is to pick up blank photos. So they are asking this guy Perry. So basically, this is girl because it's E. Usually in French, I told you, the girl's name starts with E. They are asking them to pick photo. Silty plate. So basically, silty plate is means please. They are pleasing also, commanding also in the same paragraph. Anyway, so it says tu means you put. So tu is again for you, and message to put. You put blank racket. So basically, this is a racket which racket it is not mentioned. It could be a tennis racket or badminton racket, but some racket. And this is done, that means in again. We just did this in preposition, and then there is a blank here. Sack they sport. So basically sack is used for your bag. So it's basically talking about the sports bag. Nisses reme. So basically it's really. So when we say in English also rally, so this is what exactly it means. So it's vrema. Vrema is rally. Tu. Tu is again standing for you. Exaggerators. So basically exaggerate. So someone is asking the girl to clean the room because she has not cleaned. So they have given some task also to her. So what she is supposed to do is to pick up the photos, put the racket in the sports bag, and clear away her things. All right. So let's move to the open board now and try to understand this topic better. So I'll just add a new board and I'll choose blue pen this time because I just did not like the green color too much in the board. So yeah, let's write down the topic, which is demonstrative adjective. So this is D and this is adjective. Okay, this is your D. All right, let's begin. So they are used to put out specific things or people. So this means they are used for this or that, singular, and these or those in plural cases. So what actually it means is your demonstrative adjectives are used to talk about specific thing or people. And when I'm talking about specific thing or people in English, we use either this or that. When we use this or that, this is actually come for your singular. And when I say these people or those people, then it usually come for plural. So that's why it is saying this or that. Okay, now just let me write it down. So there could be two cases again, singular and plural, like it always happen. And for singular, you know by now that it is going to be this or that. And if it is plural case, then I will have either these or those. All right. And the important thing here is there would be a case for masculine, there would be a case for feminine, and there is going to be a case for before vowel or h. So usually before vowel or h in French things get changed. Okay, like I told you the contraction and all those things. So when there is a going to be a masculine case and it is singular, so I if I have to say this person, that person, and that person is a boy, so I'll say it is C. Okay. Similarly, if I say those person and those guys, and that's a masculine group or a mixed group, then I'll say CES. And when it comes to female again, so I have to say CETTE, Seti. And when it goes for the group, then I still say CES. Now the interesting part is here the contraction will not happen. Rather, if there is a vowel, I'll say CT, and if it's a plural case, I'll still say CES. So the let me change the color. Yeah. So the good part is if you get a plural one, whether you know it's a masculine or feminine case, you'll get the answer correct. Which also means there would be less questions coming from this part and more from this one. Okay. And of course, one question should always come from before vowel or H case. So somewhere when once you see the question paper and you know that these are the options given to you, that simply means it's a demonstrative adjective. You need to find out the plural case. If you get that, just fill yes. If you get somewhere before the vowel there is a blank or H is there, just fill this, and somewhere you get at least one or two right, and then comes the main part where you have to use your knowledge to differentiate between your masculine and feminine. Okay, so I'll just give you some example. So if I say livre, livre is in French is about book. So when I talk about book, it is actually masculine, so that's why I'm using say here. And it means this book, that book, something like that. When I say sack, so sack was used in this question also, and I am using ce here, so you know the correct answer what will be going to be when we move to the question. But the thing is, this is because it's again your masculine. Now if this is written like say garso, so garso stand for a boy. So when we talk about a boy, again it is going to be CE. Similarly, if there would have been file in the example, that simply means I had to use sete. Okay. Now you need to remember some of the most common arriving masculine singular words in the exam. So if it say talks about friends, so friends in French are your ami, and when it's ami, it simply means even if it is masculine singular, you have to write. So in exam, if you it comes like ami or ms here, you know you have to write sit rather than ce. Similarly, if we talk about your home, so I'll just write home. Now what I should write, because it's masculine singular, but again it's before vowel or h, so it's h here, so I'll still have to write cet. So remember, they're going to put it like this in the exam, so you get confused. Rather than putting cet, you put ce. That's why I'm saying you need to read again and again what exactly you are being doing with the exam. Okay. And if there would be written arbre, so this is basically tree in French. And when tree is your masculine singular but starting with a vowel, so I have to write ct. Okay, so these quite three I think might come up in the exam and you need to pay attention to them. Similarly, the case with feminine singular, so let's write Sette, femme. So femme in French is woman, and when I'm talking about woman, that simply means I have to write this woman or that woman. However, if this would have been a group, then I would have used CES. Okay. Similarly, if I talk about your room, so room in French is your feminine and it's singular. That's why we are going to use sati. Okay, so you have to remember this. And what if I talk about the idea? So this idea, that idea, I have to say, but you have to remember that this again come from feminine. So you have to write sati. So the thing is, if you don't remember what is masculine and what is feminine, you might get these one wrong. Okay, but don't fear about that, because you are still going to get the plural ones correct, the before vowels one correct. So even if you are getting this for 5 marks and you are getting 3 or 4 correct on it, you are still doing really good with the exam. Okay, just pay attention to it, and that's why I always tell you that watch all the videos so you understand what exactly is the way to pass this up. Okay, let's talk about masculine, feminine, plural. If this comes up, then what will happen? So suppose I had FFMES. Now I just told you that this famous stand for woman. So this is now again about women, but it's a group. So what we will do? We will write CES. All right. And this is your entire topic of demonstrative adjective. And the way I have explained it, I think you will be able to do much better with this one in the exam. So I'll just hide open board and we will solve the problem now. Okay. So give me a second. Be all right. So let's solve this now. It says the name of the person. Come here. Watch room. Room. We just saw that it is a female singular. So if it is female singular, then we have to write CTT. Okay. Then it says two ranges of it. So I'll just see here is your vowel coming. Okay, and I don't know what exactly this is, but I just know that it's a vowel here and it's S also here. So in this case, what exactly has to be done? Let me go back in the board and show you the application part here. So it is going to be my plural case, and in plural, even if there is a vowel, we have to write CES. So let's go back and yeah, here it is. We will just write CES. Okay, and then it says and also to Ramesses photo. So now there is the word photos, and this is again with S, which simply means that I know this is your plural, and which means I have to write CES. Then it says please too much racket. So now this word racket, I don't know whether this racket is your male or female, because I'm just assuming, I don't know. Okay, so racket generally comes as something which in my native language Hindi we consider as masculine. Okay, and then again it is some your uh, um, singular. So what should I do? Shall I write here CET or CE? Now why I'm saying CET? Because this is again oval. Alright, so All right, so next it says to met racket. Racket is your female singular, and singular why? Because there is no plural here. So since it's female, I can write CETT. Okay, then it says the insect these both. Now this bag is just one, and when I say in, so I have to write in that bag, and because I have masculine, so I'll just write CE. Correct. If there would have been a vowel here, and because it's a masculine case, I would have written T, CET, but because it's not there, so I have to write C. All right. So we have solved two problems, and since this video is again getting a little longer, so I don't know, but I think I should make another video for the rest of the questions. I thought I will be able to finish them quickly, but since the topic is too vast, it takes always time to explain. So yeah, I'll make another video for the rest of the topics, or probably because this is four questions here, and one of them is related to your present uh, verbs also, which is quite a long topic. Then your demonstrative are also here, so it is going to take a little time, so probably two more videos, and then we will move to reading comprehension, so maybe three videos. I'll see to it how exactly it goes. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.